So you bought your land in Nigeria. You don't know the best ways to, make sure that it is, safe and secure and won't be taken away from you whilst you are not in the country. So you're probably thinking just like, what are some kind of safety measures that I can put in place to ensure that my land, does not get taken away from me whilst I'm not in Nigeria? This should be a quick video because it's actually very straightforward. Number one, as soon as you secure that land, the first thing that you need to do is go and find welders, bricklayers, workmen to build you a fence. I don't know why they call it a fence in Nigeria. To me, it's called a wall because it literally is a wall. But in Nigeria, they call it a fence. When I think of a fence, I think of like a fence with the metal gates that you hold. That to me is a fence. But in Nigeria, it's called a fence. So if I use the word fence, I'm talking about like literally a wall. Get your workmen to build you a wall first of all. If you have one plot of land, make sure they give you a cheeky 4 square. Yeah, 4 square, so that people can clearly see that this belongs to somebody. Now your wall could be 3 bricks high, 4 bricks high, as long as there is something in there to outline and say that, okay, this clearly belongs to somebody. The reason why it's important to build a wall is because if somebody tries to sell your land like whilst you're not there and pretends as if it's their land, it would naturally raise a flag to whoever is the potential customer that, hey, you want to sell me this land that's supposedly yours, but clearly somebody already owns it because they built a wall on this land. So is it really your land? I mean, if that person is clever, then of course they'll ask questions, and make sure that it's not like land that belongs to somebody else. If they're stupid and they just want to buy land for whatever reason, then yeah, they'll buy it and then you're in a sticky situation. But hopefully they'll be smart enough to not, encroach on land that has a wall on it. Like, people just don't do that. But sometimes in Nigeria, things happen. Now, if you can put a signboard of some kind, yeah, that says, like, this land is not for sale. Literally, you could just take spray paint or get like a card, just get something and just write it on the wall of your. So you built a wall now. So this is assuming you built a wall, yeah. You just take a paintbrush and paint. Just write, this land is not for sale. Please contact, and then put your number or your email address there. Okay, so that's one sign you can put on your wall. Now I actually have this on some of the land that I own. So it literally says military zone. Now you can actually get this made, like you can get it done for like, my one that I did cost me 20,000 naira. I don't know if they bumped me, I don't know, shout, but 20,000 naira, that's how much I paid. I know you can get some cheap ones for like maybe 10,000 naira, even 5,000 naira. The type that I got is the one that's cemented into the ground and they've custom made it and everything, like, and they sprayed it. It literally just said military zone. And what that tells people is that literally this is actually a military zone and you are not allowed to step onto this land because it is somehow linked to the military, the government, blah, blah, blah. So it just, it deters people slightly from going to trying to do any madness to your land because it's a military zone. Like, that speaks for itself, right? You just don't go there. So yeah, if you can get a military zone sign, stick it onto your plot of land ASAP. If you can get a farmer, like, just get a farmer to come and be on that land. So there's a particular land that I've got where I've got a farmer and he's there and he just basically grows cassava, he grows like plantain, he grows yam, he grows different things. So when people see that somebody's actually visiting the land, every day, every week or whatever, and they see that, oh, there's actually crops on this land as well, it's very clear that the land is being used. So it cannot, like, you can't just walks up on there and try to occupy the land because it's clearly being used, So, and also the farmer would also be your eyes and ears. He or she would be the one to call you, and say, hey, like, these people tried to sell your land. I saw some people showing people around your land today, like, blah, blah, blah. And then, then you take action, right? So so that's another measure. Get you a farmer if you can. Now you don't need to pay the farmer because you're doing them a favor, in all honesty, because you're giving them free land and free soil to grow food that's gonna bring them back money. Like, my farmer, he actually pays me money, not a lot of money, just small change, but I don't mind because I know that he's very useful for me being on my land. My farmer would even give me like some of the things he's like grown, like some like cassava, some gari, some plantain, some yam, some spinach leaves, just things like that. It's nice, so yeah, get you a farmer. If like the people who did your work, like helped you build the fence, like ideally it's people who actually reside in that area so that you can keep their contact. And just call your bricklayer, and just be like, hey, there's a problem, like, can you please go and check on the land? And your bricklayer would be the one to call you. I said, oh guy, yeah, I went there, there's no problem, it's all good. Or guy, yeah, somebody's doing this X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. You know, so if you can stay in touch with the people that helped you build the wall, build the fence, if they are actually residents of that neighborhood and that area, keep their phone numbers and, you know, contact them if you have any fears or suspicions. You know, just call them, get them to help you go and check the place. If you want to send them like 1,000 naira just as a thank you or token of gesture for them helping you check your land, do so. You know, and then just build that relationship with your workmen who helped you, you know, build the land. You know, and then yeah, like they could be there to, you know, be your eyes and ears when you're not there. Obviously, if you have family, make sure your family members are helping you go to check the land at least for like once a month or every few months, or, you know, as often as they can. Obviously, I know we'll get busy, so if they can't do it, then that's cool. These little steps actually do help and go a long way, because it just shows, you know, potential, you know, people that want to come and do madness and, you know, start trying to sell your land on your behalf, and you don't even know who these people are. You know, because you hear these stories of, oh, somebody bought land in Nigeria but they live in the UK, and then they came back 5 years later and saw that somebody's built a whole house and a mansion on their land, and they had no clue about it, you know. And that's because when they weren't there, nobody was there to monitor the land, and you know, a dodgy person came and sold that land on their behalf, you know. So these things do happen, you know. You just have to, you know, take the proper care, the proper precaution, you know, and just try to, you know, avoid these situations. And look, if you do find that you are in that situation whereby you've actually bought land, you are one of these diasporas that's bought land, and you've come and you've seen that, you know, somebody's built on your land, it is still your land. You have every legal leg to stand on. So if you need to go to court, go to court. So yeah, so these are the steps that I would, you know, personally take, and that I have taken, you know, and that have been, you know, very useful for me in terms of like securing my land, and what, you know, I've not, maybe I'm just lucky. So yeah, guys, try those approaches out when you do buy land in Nigeria. If you need more advice, like I said, just get in touch with us, send us an email. All of our contact details are in the description below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends and family, you know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.